So can we get out of like the habit of trying to normalize childhood trauma as an excuse for shit? Um, that shit bothers me, right?
I'm not saying it's
You
an
gotta let me
excuse.
finish, please. So that shit bothers me with the childhood trauma as an excuse or like as a way to play victim, right? Because my thing is this, right? I'm a grown ass man in every capacity, and I say I'm grown because I own my house, I own my cars, I got all my own shit. You can't be grown without your own shit, right? Um, I was a kid. I was a kid once. I watched my mom get shot in front of me. I was in a house full of crack addiction. I was child abused. I was all of that shit, right? But I became a man because life made me become a man quick. And I feel like we just like to give people this safe space with this childhood trauma shit because it's like, well, my dad didn't buy me the toy truck I wanted when I was 6, and that's why I cheat on women. Why doesn't childhood trauma ever affect you when it's shit that you want to do? Childhood trauma didn't stop you from getting a job. Childhood trauma didn't stop you from pursuing that woman that you wanted. Childhood trauma didn't stop you from pursuing those dreams you wanted. Childhood traumas didn't stop you from running the streets. So how the fuck would childhood trauma stop you from loving me right? I grew up in one of the brokest homes ever, but it's a conscious decision that we make as human beings, and we always give people a safe space. Oh, because when I was 17, when I was in college, the bull grabbed this, that, and the third. Listen, one thing about it, tough times don't last. Tough people do. So we always give people this safe space to be like, well, this happened. A lot of times when we love people, we become their lawyers, right? And so I love him, and because I love him, or because I love her, no, she's not really a whore. She's just a serial dick sucker. That's all she is. Like, she's not really into men like that. It's just because what happened. And no, she's making conscious decisions to lay down with those men. If I walk into the crowd right now and slap every single one of y'all faces and be like, look, man, my dad beat me up when I was a kid. That's why I slapped y'all. This is a conscious fucking decision that I'm making. Especially, this is my thing. If your childhood trauma got you in prison for a life sentence, then maybe we got to do some psychological checks. If your childhood trauma has you murdered and maybe you're not living anymore, but if you're a productive citizen in society, you get up every day, 5 o'clock, wash your face, brush your teeth, go to work, gas your car, pay your bill. Why does childhood trauma not affect those things? Why are we picking and choosing when we let these things become a weakness?
I don't think trauma has a
Message.
Now I will never be your hater, I'm your biggest fan. I hope it falls into place just how you planned it. Life could put you in a pickle, just make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. More importantly, you saw the clip. You know, we've given us all space for excuses for far too long. Shout out to him. It was a dope message because, in my opinion, there aren't as many people with trauma as they would like people would like to say. And the trauma some people have is really not trauma, or I'm going through anxiety, or blah blah blah. It doesn't come from a real place that can create a dysfunction. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. But when I say soft space for excuses, like he said, people are making conscious decisions. And what it is people don't want consequences. People don't want, you put your selfishness on your childhood trauma. You put your lying on your childhood trauma. You put, it's cold blooded, I gotta say this, your materialism on childhood trauma. So all of the actions that go along with that are just supposed to be excused. You get what I mean? You put your hate, you being a hater or jealousy on the childhood trauma. And this is why sometimes for me stuff like this doesn't resonate, is because usually if you really went through a trauma, it could have broke you, yes. But for the most part, it drove you to do something, to become something better than the trauma that you dealt with. And that's why sometimes I look at these situations like you didn't go through a trauma, because people have been talking about trauma and toxicity and anxiety and all these other things, but the way they approach life is from the the vantage point of a quitter. You know, it's everything is so hard. I just never try. It's like, wait. You know, and I'm gonna say these things. You put in a lot of effort to find these drugs that you taking to numb the pain. But when it comes to fixing your life, I just can't do it. That's interesting. That's not the trauma. You just like dope. You get what I'm saying? You you know, I was hurt I was hurt when I was a child by this, that, and the third. But you put in a lot of effort to hurt other people who had nothing to do with your quote unquote trauma. But they're supposed to go, oh, it was because, you know, somebody pushed me off a bike when I was 11. That's what they're supposed to go with, right? It's unacceptable. Nobody can accept that. It's unacceptable. So, like I said, like he said, you know, people have these spaces, these soft spaces for excuses. And what people don't want to, what people really don't want us to set somebody off, which makes no sense because you do everything to set people off. And the interesting part about this is this. I don't like drama because of my childhood, But you were agent of chaos everywhere. Oh, so you like starting fires and running away and go, oh, it's too hot over there. It's like, oh, okay, this is what we doing. I understand now. I got a good understanding of what's going on at this particular point. So I don't, for me, I don't trust the trauma. And why I say I don't trust the trauma is because when you're on social media long enough, you see people enjoy making terrible decisions that's gonna cause them pain. So now it's like I don't trust your trauma now. We go, oh, I went through, oh, I just went through so much as a child, and now, and that's the reason why, you know, I push people onto broken glass as they walk in the street. Oh, but I like it. Oh, it makes me feel so happy. Oh, okay. Okay. No. You like inflicting pain on other people. Mm-mm. Don't say it was trauma. That wasn't trauma. Mm-mm. No, we're not doing that. Now, some of this is, some of y'all play the game of trauma as far as materialism as, this is why I need, you know, this is why I need somebody that makes six figures. This is why I got to make six figures because I never had nothing. It's like, you lying. You know how I know you lying? Because you mean to tell me you had so much trauma because you felt like you was dealing with poverty. The minute you get two nickels to rub together, you blow it. I was so poor, we didn't have good food to eat, so I'm gonna go out to eat every night. That's how you wind up broke though. You gonna wind up eating them same ramen noodles that you crying about as an adult. Oh, I don't never want to be without. Oh, okay. So why you took 7 vacations this year? Oh, because I never got a chance to take them when I was a child. What? Oh, so I'm sorry. I didn't know your parents needed to take you on a world tour as a child, and that's why you just need to be in Dubai because of your parents. Oh, my parents didn't take me to the Burj Khalifa. I just can't make it. I just can't make it. And that's why you can find me in Osaka, in Abu Dhabi, all over the Caribbean, Mexico, Canada, the Cayman Islands for sure, oh my God. Oh my God. My parents didn't. Oh, that's why I find you. That's why I'm in the Maldives now because my parents were they were so sorry because they couldn't take me here as a child. Stop it. Stop it. Mm-mm. 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 You know. So now your goal in life is to have a chef and a maid and a butler and because your life was so hard, you just need enough money to just sit down and do anything. And here's the other thing. And I'm gonna say this just to be petty, but it's so true. How come your trauma don't keep you off of these video games all night long cussing at people? How come this trauma don't keep you off your phone gossiping about people day in and day out? but I'm supposed to believe your trauma. But you got a set of headphones on like me right now, cussing at an 11-year-old in Connecticut over a football game. But you got trauma. You on the phone at 35 years old. Girl, let me tell you, girl. I would never. But you got trauma. Yeah, okay. I was doing the work. Yeah, okay. Shut up. That's just why I don't believe it. But y'all tell me what you think, man. Tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace. You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna tell you that.